So hi, I'm then Mike Allen Mapa, and the experiment for today is variable. So the objectives is to become familiar with the concept of storing and working with different data types in Python, experimenting with Python code, becoming familiar with the concept of and working with variables, performing basic computation and conversions, experimenting with Python code. So for the procedure number one, there's a little scenario here. So once upon a time in Appleland, John had 3 apples, Mary had 5 apples, and Adam had 6 apples. So they were all very happy and lived for a long time. End of the story. So our task is to create variables John, Mary, and Adam. John, Mary, and Adam. So assign values to the variables and must be equal to the number of fruit possessed by John. So to be fast enough, here are variables with its value. Then next is having stored in the numbers and value, print the variables on one line and separate them each with comma. Then let's try to run it. So here, as we can see, 3, 5, 6 are the value of the characters apple. So the next is now create a variable named total apples equal to addition of the 3 former variables. Print the value stored in total apple to the console. So here, total apples is equals to 3 plus 5 plus 6. Then print total apples the equal sign. Then 3 plus 5 plus 6 is equals to 14. So then let's try to use let's try to experiment with the usage of this codes. So for me, mappa is equals to 61, and then my is equals to 16. Then let's try to use different kinds of signs or arithmetic signs. So is Miko sub is equals to 61 minus 16. Miko multiply is equals to 61 asterisk 16. Then Miko there is equals to 61 slash 16. Then print, just to be fast enough, let's copy the code that I have written earlier. Then so use F5. Oh, I forgot Miko int with the integer equals to 61 slash 16. And let's try again the code. The equals, I forgot the equal sign then. So 61 minus 16 is equals to 45. 61 multiplied by 16 is equals to 976, and 61 divided by 16 is 3.8125, and the integer for 61 and 16 is 3. So now print the total apple. then code here. So print total number of apples. Then colon, then plus total apples. Then we need to change the total apples here to 14. Then let's try to run this code. So as you can see, we have the total number of apples is equal to 14. So read the given scenario. Miles and kilometers are unit of length. So bearing in mind that 1 mile is equal to approximately 1.61 kilometers. Complete the program in the editor so that it converts. So miles to kilometers, kilometers to mile. So do not change anything in the existing code. Write your code in the place indicated by the number sign. Test your programming with the data we've provided. So we need to do is copy this. We can now erase this. Then erase the indentation. So in here, miles asterisk 1.61. Then in here, miles divided by 1.61. So let's try to run. So 7.38 miles is 11.88 kilometers, while 12.25 kilometers is equals to 4.58 miles. So pay a particular attention to what's going on to the analyzer arrangement. So in here, after completing the lab, open Sandbox and experiment. So I have done it earlier, and here is the expected output from kilometer to miles and miles to kilometer. So back to the problem. After completing the lab, open Sandbox experiment more. Try to write different converters, example USD, Euro converter, temperature converter, etc. So for this experiment, let's try to use the money conversion. So from USD to Euro. So we'll just need to copy this. Paste, then change this to USD to Euro. Then USD and here we use the Euro. So for the value of USD to Euro, it is approximately 0.86. I mean, it is 0.86. USD is equals to 1 and euro is equals to 1. Then we just need to change the previous code. So let's put the USD and USD euro. USD and the last one we need to put USD. So after writing this code, let's try to run this and see what will happen to the answer. So 1 USD is equals to 0.86 euro and 1 euro is equals to 1.16 USD. So here is the provided source code to the previous example. So for my conclusion, after doing this experiment, I conclude that Python is not just about writing script or interpreting different kinds of words. I conclude that Python also has the ability to perform different kinds of mathematical problems. This application can also help us in converting money, temperature, and many more. So for my recommendation, let's continue to explore this wonderful programming application. Let's continue to explore the capabilities of Python and be more familiarized to the basic coding and continue to expand our knowledge in Python.